awful, you know, when you spray it and then you accidentally breathe it in and you feel like you're gonna die because if you breathed in too much of it, you probably would. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing really, really well. Spoiler, I basically have no fails for this month, which is lovely. And it's going to be a fairly short and sweet video because when I was pulling together all, you know, the bits that I'd kind of discovered during this month, I realised that quite a lot of them have been skincare bits. So I'm actually going to do a dedicated skincare video in a few, videos at a time, in a couple of videos time. And I'm just going to take you through what I've been using because my skin is, great. I always feel like it's a bit, it feels very vain to be like, my skin looks amazing right now. But I really do think the products I've been using have been working really, really well for me. And there are a couple of kind of more, indie brands, one of which I love the story behind and the ethos behind it. And yeah, I'm really excited to share those with you. So stay tuned if you are a bit of a skincare junkie. I like myself. If you are new here, then welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on my video in the first place because, you are like spoilt for choice. So thank you very, very much. And if you fancy, subscribing and sticking around, then that helps me out a lot. So yeah, do that. Do the thing, the little button. Just click it, say yes, come join the fun. Okay, so there are a few products that I'm going to talk about today that actually I discovered in last week's video. So if you haven't watched that yet, then go and check it out because I will go into more detail about these. I did an amazing little beauty box swap with another YouTuber called Rebecca and it was just the most fun thing ever. So if you are also a YouTuber or just to do with your friends, highly recommend you doing it. So go back and check out that video after you watch this one. Obviously just open it in another tab and watch that one afterwards. But a lot of these products are from there. So thank you, Rebecca, for opening my eyes to some new loved bits. First off, we have the little Kiko Milano palette, and this is the Holiday Gems gorgeous eyeshadow palette number 2 Forever Glam. That is quite the name. But first of all, absolute 10 out of 10 on the packaging. And then inside are just the most gorgeous little selection of neutrals. Now this is not groundbreaking, this is not, a rainbow palette, but that's not me. I don't wear those bright colours and I know that I felt the pressure on this channel, not from anybody watching it, just purely put on myself to, experiment more and do more crazy things and try different things. And I'm like, no, because you know what? The average makeup consumer, this is what they want. But they want it to be good and they want it to be reliable and they want it to be easy, and that's everything that this gives you. I have been using this shade over here. None of them have names, I apologise, but I think it's called number, I don't know, 5 or number 1. I don't really know. And it's been just a perfect everyday shadow. If you want to know, if you want to know what I have on my face right now, then watch next week's video because I did a little get ready with me. So watch next week's video if you want to know what's on my face. I have used some of these shadows, spoiler, but it's just the most gorgeous little palette and I have used this every day since I opened it, and for me that's just the mark of a really, really good eyeshadow palette. I have eyeshadow palettes, but I keep reaching for this one because it's just wonderful and it's so cute and it just goes in your bag so easily, and I just think it is beautiful. Next up we have a mascara, and now I feel like it's a theme of my channel that I'm forever hunting for a new mascara, and I am going to feature this one. Even though it's still not my favourite of all time, it is absolutely my favourite affordable cruelty-free mascara that I have ever tried, and it is the Big Mood mascara from e.l.f. Now I have tried an e.l.f. mascara before, I didn't like it at all. So I was kind of a bit like, although they're not expensive, and this did come in my beauty box from Rebecca, so thank you, Rebecca. But although they're not super expensive, you still don't want to waste your money, and that's why I wanted to make this channel, because I was like, to me, I feel like there aren't very many people in the UK focusing on cruelty-free beauty, and obviously we can't get the same things here as sometimes you can get in America and places like that. So tangent. But I have been, again, using this mascara every day because I really, really wanted to try it out. And I have good points and I have bad points. So, good points, I really like how this applies, I really like how this looks, and I do like how it wears, but I also don't like how it wears. I love how it wears for the fact it does not smudge at all, and for me, most mascaras smudge onto my upper eyelid just because the shape of my eyes, the tips of my eyelashes like rub against, you know, the top of my eye, so that's generally where I'll get smudging. This does not do that at all. However, it does flake a little bit, but those flakes are super easy to just go whoop and they're gone. So I'm in two minds. For the price it is, I think it is a brilliant mascara. I think it's really, really good quality. It does not beat my slightly more expensive mascaras, but this is the best one I've tried at this price point for sure. And like I said, a little bit of it does like crumble almost a little bit, but it's tiny, and like I said, they sweep away really easily. But I felt like I had to mention that. So love how it looks, like 80% love how it wears. Okay, so next favourite is the Revolution, what is this? Revolution Bronzer Reloaded Holiday Romance, and I featured this in a video a couple of weeks ago, and I mean, I kind of didn't love it in that video. I loved it and then I was like, oh no, maybe it's a bit much. I've now had more time to play with this and I love it again. So I do not have any highlighter on, it's just this. So it is very, very glowy. But on camera, obviously, like I've got a light on that right now. I've got a ring light on because it's a kind of gross, horrible day outside currently. Well, there's a little bit of blue, but you know, it's raining. So obviously the light is picking this up in a much more highlightery way than it looks in real life. In just normal daylight, this just gives your skin a really beautiful, dewy kind of a glow. So if you have more dry skin and you struggle to get that kind of skincare glow, then this will just give it to you straight away, super easily. And like I said in that video, I do use this as eyeshadow quite happily, and you get a lot of product. You get 15 grams of product in here, which is a decent amount. So this is going to last you forever, and it is super affordable. And yes, for a glowy bronzer, this one is stunning. Okay, next up we have a blush, and this is the B by Superdrug Liquid Blush in Apricot. I have absolutely adored using this blush. Use sparingly, okay, because this is a very, well, it goes on, how to describe this, it's really hard to describe. If you apply it a little bit, like a tiny bit, and then you build it up, it applies beautifully. If you put too much on at once, it just won't sink into the skin and you'll be battling with it. So put on a tiny bit, kind of blend it in, and then you can build it up to however much you would like. And I tried a little experiment with this where I literally reapplied it like 10 times to the point I looked like a clown. It was just before I was going to bed, so, you know, washing it off straight away, but I was curious. And this just continues to sink into the skin but still leaves that pigment, so you don't look, I mean, obviously you look like you have loads of blush on, but you can't actually see the product itself on the skin. You can just see the pigment and just see the colour, if that makes sense, which I think is really, really cool, and that's exactly what I want from a liquid blush. So I have loved this one. I love the colour of it, just beautiful. And then sticking with the face products, the Lasting Perfection Sheer Loose Powder from Collection, and I have this in the matte one. I have absolutely adored using this powder. I mean, I just feel like, okay, I'm a bit heavy-handed with this, so we're a little bit shinier. But can you see, like, I've still got a glow to my skin, but it's not shiny. And the SPF that I'm currently using, the sun cream I'm using, is quite, it leaves me very, very chewy looking. It's a little bit much, if I'm honest. So I love to put a little bit of powder just to bring that down a little bit, because I don't like to look shiny. I mean, who likes to look shiny? Anyway, but this has been wonderful. It's so finely milled. I will say though, this is in the shade Translucent, and although it says translucent, it's not really. It still has pigment in it, and this is kind of a little bit pale for me now. Like if I put this on, I kind of have to warm up my skin again with a bit of bronzer. So I think as we go into winter, and obviously I lose my tan, which is going to be very upsetting, this will be perfect. But I am tempted to get it in a slightly darker shade as well, just to see if that, yeah, doesn't wash me out quite so much. And then the last two products are slightly random, but I want to mention both because they're both things that I've heard talked about on YouTube, and they do a lot of sponsorships with YouTubers, and I bought this using Zanna's code, so I will link her in the description bar because I absolutely used her code for this, and so she should get the credit. But it is one of the Estrid razors, and I have been using an old school kind of, I don't know if they're called safety razors, but I'll put a picture of one up here so that you can see what I mean. But I've been using one of those for over a year now because I really wanted to use one, okay? They're really good, like, just sustainability wise, they're great because you just replace the little blade and those can be recycled once you use up enough of them. But I have so many scars on my legs now from just, it's so easy to cut yourself with it. You don't get as smooth of a shave. It's not as like easy to use, and it just doesn't really work for me. So I wanted to go back to an ordinary razor. Like, I like shaving my legs, I like shaving my armpits. You do not have to do it. It's absolutely a personal choice, but I choose to. I don't really like how it feels. Like when you get to bed and your legs feel smooth, it's just nice. So I wanted to go back to a razor, and I'd seen these advertised all over YouTube and Instagram. They were just absolutely everywhere, to the point where it's like, guys, calm down. You know, it's a bit the function of beauty. Remember when everyone was working with them? But I've heard good things about them, and I know that Zanna is very, you know, sustainability conscious. So I was like, right, okay, cool. Well, we'll go for it. This is amazing. This is the best razor I've ever used. It's really, I'm actually getting slightly tired holding it up. It's really good quality. It's really beautiful. It has like a little holder and it just sits in my shower, and it's pink, and I thought I would match it today. This was actually not on purpose, but you know. So I also have pink nail varnish on. I don't know why, I just having a very pink week. I'm not quite sure what's happening. But this is fabulous, and it's really affordable. It's so much cheaper than, I mean, Venus razors, gonna call them out. They're just so expensive. They are so expensive, and it actually makes me a little bit annoyed how much they charge for them. So yes, I will leave a link to these in the description bar. I will also link just Zanna's content because, like I said, I absolutely got this from her. And then the last one is really random, not beauty related at all. It's a cleaner. So yeah, so this is the Method Daily Shower Non-Toxic Surface Cleaner in Ylang. Cleans without having to rinse. Big bottle. It's a shower spray. So we went on holiday recently, and we stayed in a gorgeous little Airbnb, which I just basically want to carbon copy all of my house decor off. Beside the point. But they had this in their shower, and I really like things being, you know, like clean and looking nice, but cleaners just smell awful, you know, when you spray it and then you accidentally breathe it in and you feel like you're gonna die because if you breathed in too much of it you probably would, and you just know it's not good. It's not doing you any good, it's not doing the environment any good, it's probably not doing your shower any good in the long run. But they had this at the Airbnb in their shower, and it smells lovely. Like, it's still a strong scent, but it smells wonderful, and I love anything Ylang. I absolutely love it. I don't know why, it just kind of makes me feel really, it's quite a luxurious smell to me, and I like that. I like fancy things, okay, sue me. And that's it. Those are all my favourites from the month. Well, like I say, apart from the skincare bits, because there's actually been, yeah, a fair few new discoveries this month and just things that I've really enjoyed using. So I'm going to put them in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. I really hope you have enjoyed this. Leave me a comment with things that you've been loving this month. I would love to kind of, you know, get to know what you guys really enjoy using as well, because I'm always looking for new ideas and new things to try out, because, you know, it's fun. So like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed this video, please. It really helps us YouTubers out if you know, just interacting with the content. Like, if you have enjoyed it, it's just like a really easy, super quick, free way of saying thank you. So, I mean, if you haven't liked it, then feel free not to do that, but you know, it will make me sad. Do you want that on your conscience? But like I said, if you want to know what I have used on my face today, then stay tuned for next week's video, and I will see you guys next Friday. Have a lovely week. Bye. And I will say that this is in translucent, and it's almost like it's not quite translucent. Translucent? Oh, man.